Did you know that no airplane is allowed to fly over Antarctica? If one happens to do so, it would quickly be turned around. They don't want anyone flying around there, and that's why strange, silly airways have been mapped out for all world airlines. How come? For instance, a few years ago, a flight was leaving the Philippines to Los Angeles. Naturally, it could have traveled there on a straight line. Suddenly, a woman broke waters on the plane, forcing the pilot to perform an emergency landing. The pilot had two choices: either go back to Philippines or fly straight to Los Angeles. To make matters stranger, he flew the plane to Alaska, of all places, and landed there. Think about it. Instead of going back straight to LA, he had to land in Alaska. If you follow the route from Philippines to Los Angeles on the flat Earth map, it makes sense. And obviously Alaska is closer than Los Angeles. But if you look at a globe, it's crazy that the plane would want to go to Alaska. But why would governments want to convince us that the Earth is round and not flat? Well, because we're dealing with distraction from the truth. Distraction from truth? Now what is that? Look, we're living in a world that revolves around materialistic needs. Things that control all aspects of life. Money, sex, objects you buy. Everything in this world revolves about the self and how we perceive ourselves. All advertisement campaigns promote competition and fear, just so we wouldn't spend doing other things. And so we're surrounded by billboards, TV ads, and only make us live on the surface level of life. That's how you're able to control large masses. They want us to be mindless and obedient yes men, devoid of will, just like robots. Good Lord. Now, we're at a point where our devices and machines we keep at home do some of our tasks. We have mobile phones that are basically indoctrinating us to get to the next device we're supposed to be buying, all through their targeted advertising, which is pretty much phone espionage. It's so true. I was once talking about something and hours later its ad was shown onto my Instagram feed. If you enjoy our videos and want to support the channel, please hit subscribe and click on the bell. Don't forget to like. Thanks. Well, that clearly shows they're spying on us. But even all that doesn't necessarily relate to the Earth being flat. Elon Musk, for example, did something a few months ago that would pretty much lay all flat Earth theorists to rest. Well, Musk had spent a Tesla-built vehicle to space equipped with cams just to prove that the Earth is spherical. Well, he clearly showed how dumb flat earthers looked like by doing it, providing the Earth was round all along. You saw that video? Yes, broadcasted live in fact. And are you aware of the controversies that came after the video was up? Yes, there was a weird moment in that video, something like technical issues, like for a moment we were able to see the green screen and the studio behind all that. That was really strange. Indeed. Don't you think even if that video was fake, they wouldn't be stupid enough to let such a mistake slide? And on top of that, during a live broadcast? Who knows, maybe Elon Musk was trying to communicate to us that he would never send the vehicle to space. He's really a smart fella. You know, perhaps he deliberately inserted that moment just to show us that it's all fake. The whole debacle about the Earth is irrelevant. It's all fake. You know what I mean? It's just a distraction. I don't know. Maybe. Now about the Earth curvature. Have you ever actually seen it? They say you can spot the Earth curvature when you're on a plane. I haven't seen it, to be honest. For instance, if you stand at 1.8 meters, you can see up to 5 kilometers in front of you. Now imagine you're 10,000 meters high. That is several thousand times higher than your actual height. Wouldn't it be expected that we could see at least 1,000 kilometers in front of us? I mean to say the entire Earth is 24,000 miles around. This way, I would have to see the curvature somehow. I still haven't got my answer. If the Earth is flat, then why is that those in power want to convince us otherwise? It's about motivation in life. What? See, and around the Earth, we are surrounded by limitless space and we are set apart from the rest of the galaxy by thousands of light years. They want to convince us that we humans are born for no bigger purpose on this globe. And it's all coincidence, all due to the Big Bang and the evolution theory. But imagine a flat Earth wrapped by a dome above which lies heaven, and suddenly we've got a purpose in life. What if you realize the entire universe was solely created for you? That the sun, the moon, and all are just there for you? Governments try to instill in our heads that everything is unpredictable. And just like we were supposedly created in an instant by accident, we could cease to exist at any given moment, just like that, in the blink of an eye. We are led to believe that the nature doesn't care about us. At any moment, all life on Earth and all of us could be destroyed if a comet happens to hit us. This sense of absolute insignificance, nothingness that it gives to people is the easiest way for the powers that be to control humankind. It's a system they've invented for societies that feeds them every day so they could control us, and it's all been powered up through instilling greed and consumerism in us. If what you say is true, then why would they call those who claim the Earth is flat crazy folk? Because that's the simplest way to destroy an idea. When they label you insane, they take away everything from you. They want to convince people that when they find out someone is a flat Earth believer, they would automatically stop talking to the person seriously and assume they're insane. That's so true. Conspiracy theorists are there to make it seem as if these people are crazy. Look, we haven't created a society to verify these conspiracy theories because they don't want us to think. They're extremely sensitive about this subject and control it at all costs. For instance, until a year ago when you looked up flat Earth theory on Google, some really good informative videos would show up. So much that one would really believe in the theory if they watched them. But when you search it on Google now, it just gives priority to posts that claim, oh, the flat Earth theory, it's so ridiculous and such. It would show you videos and posts that claim how easily fooled and silly are the people who believe in such things. What do you think is the easiest way to stop valid information from spreading? Well, by dismissing the truth and claiming it to be nothing but gibberish. By showing it all over the internet that this information is fake and to call those who believe in it insane. Precisely. Look, the US government even has a website called the Flat Earth Society, which relays falsified information. Why would the state create a website to publish fake information just to disprove a theory that they deem as unfounded and fraudulent in the first place? When you look this up on Google, there are tons of videos to dismiss the theory. Why would they need to do that? Perhaps they don't want us to find some truth to this theory and dig further. That's it. What I like about this theory is that it opens a window to a world where I can feel significant and full of purpose. They say the whole world was accidentally created while in a world where the Earth is flat. Instead of convincing me that I accidentally came to exist, they tell me I was born for a reason, in a purposeful world, not an arbitrary one. They don't want us to think that way, right? Yes, that's true. To them, we're just like a herd of sheep. And they want to be able to control us, make us believe there's just one gate to go through, and they happen to own the key to it. There's a video on the internet of sheep They remove the barriers around the farm for this little test. When they bring the sheep in a now borderless farm, they still believe in fences exist and that they only have to pass through the entrance. Clearly, there's no fence there. Huh. The sheep are taught that there is a tight opening and they must go through that. Naturally, the poor animals would be able to just go anywhere, but they've been conditioned for years to believe there's a still fence. The shepherd is supposed to make them believe they're helpless, and they're only supposed to do what he wants them. Now tell me, why would the shepherd want to have this tight control over them? To make clothes out of their wool and procure their meat piece by piece? Exactly, that's the end goal. With all that said, answer me this. Do you personally believe the earth is flat? To be absolutely honest with you, it doesn't matter to me in the least what the earth looks like. It's higher implications born out of the theory that are interesting to me. Say the earth is flat is just one way of looking at it. Let's rephrase the question. Do I believe the earth created for me and that I have a purpose in it to fulfill? The answer to that is yes, definitely. We're more concerned with the implications behind this theory. Personally, the more I learn of this theory, the more the earth shape becomes inconsequential to me. What's important to me is the answer to the question, why are we here?